In the last class, we have studied about preparation of alkyl halides. Means how the alkyl halides are prepared by using different compounds. We have studied in the last class and some kind of reactions also. Today in this class, we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of alkyl halides or haloalkanes. Means how these haloalkanes are going to react with other reagents in terms of different reactions. First, let us understand the order of reactivity. First, let us understand the order of reactivity of alkyl halides. Firstly, alkyl iodides. Of course, alkyl halides are highly reactive compounds. Especially alkyl iodides are more reactive than alkyl chloride, bromide. Alkyl bromides are more reactive than alkyl chloride and so on. How it will be decided? Based on the size of halogen. Of course, as you move down the group, the size of halogens increases, right? As you, in the periodic table, group 17th elements, if you move down the group, the size of halogen increases. If the size of halogen increases, definitely the bond length will increase. If bond length increases, the bond strength decreases. Bond strength decreases means what? It requires very little amount of energy to break itself. Means the reactivity is more. Here the alkyl halides, the size of iodine is more when compared to bromine. Means when the size of iodide increases, the bond length will increase. When bond length increases, bond strength decreases. This bond is going to be react easily than alkyl bromides. Alkyl bromide is more reactive than alkyl chloride. This can be decided by these conditions. And then the tertiary alkyl halides. Tertiary alkyl halides are more reactive than secondary alkyl halides are more reactive than primary alkyl. Of course, this order of reactivity will be decided by the formation of carbocation. For example, for tertiary carbocation, CH3 better than tertiary butyl halide. Secondary alkyl halide, and this one is primary halide. The reactivity of this alkyl halide is more when compared to these two alkyl halides. How? During the reaction, the bond between CX will going to be break. That leads to the formation of carbocation. Right? Tertiary carbocation will form here. The secondary carbocation will form here. Primary carbocation will form. Based on the information, the stability of carbocations decides the reactivity of alkyl halides. Tertiary carbocation is more stable than secondary carbocation. Secondary carbocation is more stable than primary carbocation. To form this stable carbocation itself, that alkyl halide is going to react positively. So this is order of reactivity of alkyl halides. Yes, let's see some chemical reactions involved by the alkyl halides. Types of chemical reactions. First one is nucleophilic. Nucleophilic substitution reaction. The second one is elimination reaction. Third one is reaction with metals. So these are the types of chemical reactions involved with alkyl halides. Let us start with the first one, that is nucleophilic substitution reaction. First, let us understand what is nucleophile. Nucleophile, as you all know that, nucleophile is a negatively charged species or electron-rich species which going to attack on electrophilic center or where positive charge is present. So here, in this case, the alkyl halide involves in the nucleophilic substitution reaction, right? So alkyl halides, for example, this is the alkyl halide. In this alkyl halide, due to the difference in electronegativity of carbon and halogen, of course halogen is more electronegative than carbon, definitely the pair of electron will move towards to the halogen, and this halogen acquires partial negative charge and partial positive charge. Carbon acquires partial positive charge. So here the nucleophile is coming from the other reagent. When this nucleophile is going to attack on this alkyl halide, definitely this nucleophile prefers the positive charge where it is present. This nucleophile is going to attack on this carbocation or positively charged center or electrophilic center and gives the substituted product, nucleophilic substituted product. And this halogen containing positive charge, this positive charge containing halogen departs as halide ion. This bond is completely broken. X minus halide. So this is the nucleophilic substitution reaction. In case of alkyl halide, this nucleophile displays the halogen atom present in the alkyl halide and gives the nucleophilic substitution product. How? Here, due to the electronegativity difference between carbon and halogen, the charge separation takes place, dipole is created. So nucleophile definitely will going to attack on C carbon which having positive charge and gives that product. This is the basic thing regarding nucleophilic substitution reaction. So let's see some nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides with other reagents. Yes, let's see some nucleophilic substitution reactions of alkyl halides with other reagents. Now I'll write a list of reagents which are used for the nucleophilic substitution reaction of alkyl halides. Here the alkyl halides are reacts with first one, aqueous KOH, potassium hydroxide, or we call it as potassium, or aqueous sodium hydroxide. Second one is alcoholic potassium cyanide. Third one is alcoholic silver cyanide, AgCN. Fourth one is silver salts of carboxylic acid. Fifth one is KNO2, potassium nitrite. Sixth one is silver nitrite. And very lastly, lithium aluminium hydride. So these are the list of reagents which are used for the nucleophilic substitution reaction of alkyl halides. Let's study one by one along with the equation. Firstly, when this alkyl halide reacts with these all reagents, first I'm going to take this one. When alkyl halides reacts with aqueous potassium hydroxide on heating, it gives the substituted product, that is nucleophilic substituted product, that is alcohol. The byproduct is this is a general equation. How this reaction proceed? Definitely this reaction you can understand by using one suitable example. That is, let's take one example, that is methyl chloride. Methyl chloride or chloromethane is one of the alkyl halide. He is going to react with the potassium hydroxide. Here the nucleophilic substitution reaction will take place. Which one acts as a nucleophile here? Of course, in potassium hydroxide, K plus and OH minus species are there. Here the OH minus is a negatively charged species, acts as a nucleophilic center, and that nucleophile will going to attack on electrophilic center. Here in alkyl halide, due to the electronegativity difference between carbon and the halogen, what we call chlorine, the electrons are move towards the more electronegative atom, that is chlorine, and acquires partial negative charge, and carbon acquires partial positive charge. Definitely this OH minus nucleophile attacks this carbon and gives the respective product, that is CH3OH, and this Cl minus combines with K plus gives byproduct, that is KCl salt, and this is the main product, nucleophilic substitution product, that is methanol. Methanol is produced by the nucleophilic substitution reaction. This is very simple reaction. You can write easily this reaction. Here the OH minus acts as a nucleophile. So let us move on to the next one, that is alcoholic potassium cyanide reagent. Here, when alkyl halides are treated with potassium cyanide on heating, which gives the product, that is RCN. It's called alkyl cyanide plus Higgs salt. This is a general equation for this nucleophilic substitution reaction. To understand this, we have to use one example, that is, I am going to take ethyl here. Ethyl bromide is one of the alkyl halide. Is on heating with potassium cyanide, right? Here on heating, this potassium cyanide structure will be like this, K bond C triple bond here, right? The structure of KCl will be like this. Here, which one acts as a nucleophile? Definitely, it is an ionizable compound. Here, the bond will break. K acquires positive charge, C acquires negative charge. Right. Here, the cyanide ion will form Cn minus. This cyanide ion acts as a nucleophile. And obviously, here the CBr bond, this Br acquires partial negative charge, and this carbon acquires partial positive charge. This cyanide ion attacks this CH2 carbocation, means positive charge center, electrophilic center, and leads to the formation of product, substituted product, that is CH3, CH2, Cn. The name of this compound is ethyl. This is ethyl group, ethyl cyanide, right, or cyanoethane, and the remaining, this Br minus combines with this K plus, gives the formation of KBr byproduct. This is the nucleophilic substitution reaction between alkyl halide and KCl reagent. Now let us move on to the next reagent, that is alcoholic silver cyanide, AgCl. When alkyl halides are heated with AgCl on heating, gives the respective product, that is RNC, alkyl isocyanide. It is quite different when compared to last reaction. the last reaction, the product produced by alkyl cyanide. Here the alkyl isocyanide. The name of this compound is alkyl isocyanide plus AgX, the remaining product. So this is the general equation. Let's have a look how this reaction is happened by using an example. This take ethyl chloride. Ethyl chloride is an alkyl halide. Is going to heat with silver cyanide. And heating, actually the structure of AgCN will be like this. Right. Here, the product going to obtain isocyanide means the alkyl group is form a bond with nitrogen through the nitrogen atom. Means here the Ag and carbon bond is covalent in nature. Covalent in nature, so it is very strong. So that's why nitrogen itself having lone pair of electron. So this nitrogen itself acts as a nucleophilic center here. Nitrogen, by using its lone pair of electron, will going to attack on this carbon. This carbon get partial positive, chlorine get partial negative. Due to the covalent nature of bond between Ag and carbon, this nitrogen having its own lone pair, this nitrogen attacks this carbon, positive charge carbon, through its pair of electron and form a bond. And after the formation of bond between this carbon and nitrogen, this bond will going to break due to instability, and this Ag will combine with this Cl to produce the product. So here the CH3CH2, this CH2 combines to N nitrogen. Right. Product is CH3, CH2, NC. So that's why the isocyanide will form. The remaining product is Ag. This is called ethyl isocyanide or carbylamide. So this is the nucleophilic substituted product when alkyl halides are treated with silver cyanide. The next one, silver salts of acetic acid or carboxylic acid. We simply call it as general equation. That is silver salts of carboxylic acid. So here, first I write the general equation. When alkyl halides treated with silver salts of carboxylic acid, definitely it gives a new product, that is ester. How COOR represent ester plus the remaining product is AgX. Right. Let's see this general equation with an example. Here, methyl chloride, the simple alkyl halide, is going to react with CH3COO Ag. Now I am taking silver salts of acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Here the bond will break here. Ag plus and COO minus acetate ion. CH3COO minus acetate ion acts as a nucleophile here. This nucleophile is going to attack on this carbon due to the positive charge here, delta negative. And it's the formation of CH3COO, CH3. CH3COO, CH3 is nothing but the type of ester. The name of this compound is methyl. This is the group methyl, and this is the ethanoate. Methyl ethanoate. This is one of the ester product, nucleophilic substituted product, and the remaining is AgCl. Here the nucleophile is CH3COO minus. Gives ester.